Hi everyone, welcome back to Power Platform with Bharat, where you don't just learn, you build real world solution. Now imagine every day you have to send same email approval to your manager, then wait for approval, and if they don't reply, you follow up again and again. It's frustrating, right? This is same thing almost everyone does in their real project. But what if all entire process get automated? No manual email, no follow up, no delay. And that's exactly what we are going to learn today. In this video, you will understand what Power Automate is, types of flow, and few important concepts like trigger, action, and how flow actually work. Not just theory. In the end of this video, you will create your own manage approval flow from scratch, step by step. So let's go.
Okay, so before we jump into building anything, let's make sure you understand the basics. Because if your foundation is strong, everything is becomes easy. So first question, what exactly is Power Automate? Simple definition. Power Automate, earlier known as Microsoft Flow, is a cloud-based service from Microsoft that lets you create automate workflows between different apps and services. Think of it like this. You know how when you get WhatsApp message, you sometimes get a notification on your phone and your smartwatch at the same time, automatically. Someone set that up as an automation. Power Automate does the same thing, but for your business process. It's connect Microsoft apps like SharePoint, Outlook, Teams, Excel, and even third-party apps like Salesforce, Gmail, Twitter, Google Drive, and makes them talk to each other automatically. So instead of you doing your task manually, Power Automate does it for you. Let me give you some real examples so you can understand better way. Every time you get a mail with attachment, Power Automate automatically save that attachment to your OneDrive or SharePoint. An employee fills a Microsoft form for leave request. Power Automate automatically send it to manager for approval and notify an employee once approved. A row is added in Excel. Power Automate sends an automatic team notification to your teams. Or suppose every time someone mentions your company name on Twitter, you get an email alert instantly. All of this zero manual effort. That's the power of Power Automate. Now here is something that confuses a lot of beginners. And honestly, it's confused me too when I started. People use these three terms continuously: workflows, flow, Power Automate. But are they the same thing? Let's clear this up once and for all. A workflow is a general concept. It's just a sequence of steps or tasks that need to happen in a specific order to complete a process. For example, when you submit a leave request, the workflow might be submit request, then manager review, then manager approve or reject, then HR updates records. That's workflow, it's a process. Workflows can be manual, they can be on paper or they can be digital. The concept of workflow is not specific to any software. Second, a flow, especially in Microsoft world, is a digital automate version of workflow. When you take that leave request process and automate it inside Power Automate, that's become a flow. So workflow, the process. Flow, the automate digital version that process inside Power Automate. And last, Power Automate. It's a tool inside Microsoft Power Platform where you create and manage those flows. It's the application, it's the software. Simple summary. Workflow is the concept, flow the automation you build, Power Automate the tool you use to build it. Think of it like cooking. The recipe is your workflow. The actual dish you cook is your flow. And your kitchen with all the tools, that's Power Automate. Alright, now let's talk about different types of flow you can build in Power Automate. Microsoft gives us 5 main types. Let me walk you through each one. First, Automate Cloud Flow. This is the most popular type and this is one we built today. Automate Cloud Flow run automatically when a specific event happens called a trigger. Example, when a new item is created to a SharePoint list, automatically send an email. You don't press anything, it just happens. Second, Instant Cloud Flow. This one runs when you manually trigger it with a button click. You might see it in Teams or on a mobile app. Tap a button, run the flow immediately. Example, you are in a team meeting and you want to instantly send meeting notes to your team members. Just tap a button, flow run immediately. Third, Schedule Cloud Flow. This run on a schedule like a timer. You set a specific time like 9 a.m. every morning or every first of the month. Example, every Monday morning, send a summary report sent to your manager. Using Schedule Cloud Flow, you send automatically without you doing anything. Fourth, Desktop Flow. Power Automate Desktop. This one is special. Desktop flows can automate things on your local computer. like clicking buttons in a desktop application, filling forms in software that does not have an API, or doing repetitive tasks on your Windows PC. This is what people call RPA, robotic process automation. We will definitely cover this in our upcoming videos. And last, business process flow. This one is more about guiding user through a defined process step by step inside app like Dynamic 365 or model application. It's more UI driven and process management focused. And our today's focus, we are building an automate cloud flow trigger automatically when something happen in SharePoint or Dataverse. Now we come to the most important concept you need to understand before building any flow. These three words: trigger, action, and event. You will hear them everywhere in Power Automate. Let me break them down super simply. What is an event? An event is simply something that happens. It's an occurrence, something changed somewhere. Examples of events: a new email arrives, a file is uploaded, a form is submitted, a row added to Excel, a SharePoint item is modified. Events happen in the world, in your app, in your system. Power Automate can listen for these events. Next, what is trigger? A trigger is what starts your flow. It's listen for a specific event and say, hey, that thing happened. Let's kick off the automation. Every single flow must start with exactly one trigger. It's the startle pistol. Example trigger: when a new item is created in SharePoint, when an email arrived in Outlook, when a file created in OneDrive, when a response is submitted in Microsoft Forms. The trigger is always the first step in any flow. Without a trigger, a flow never starts. And last, what is an action? An action is what your flow does after the trigger fires. It's the task, the work, the automation that happened. You can have one action, or you can change multiple actions together. Each action does something specific. Example: send an email, create a new file in SharePoint, post a message in Teams, update a row in Excel, send an approval request, and more. So the flow says when this happen triggers, do this action. That's it. That's the core logic. Think of it like an if and then statement. If this event happened, then do this task. Okay, stop. This is the part I mentioned at the beginning. This is the interview question. I was asked this in an actual interview. And it's something that trips up a lot of people. Even people who have been using Power Automate for a while. In a Power Automate flow, how many triggers and action you can add? Think about it. How many triggers, how many action? Most people say as many as you want for both, but that's wrong for triggers. Triggers, you can have only one trigger per flow. Every flow has exactly one starting point, just one. You cannot have two triggers in a single flow. If you need two different events to start automation, you need two separate flows. Actions, you can add as many actions as you want. There is no hard limit on actions in single flow. You can change 5 action, 20 action, 50 action, as many as your logic required. So interview action, in one flow exactly one trigger and unlimited action. The trigger always unique and singular. Why does this matter? Because it's so you understand the architecture of Power Automate, not just how to click buttons. Interviewers love this question because it separates people who actually understand the tools from people who just Google it. Now you know, and when they ask you this, you will smile and answer confidently. Alright everyone, it's demo time. We are going to build a real working manager approval flow right now, step by step together. Here is what our flow will do. An employee submit and leave request, data saved to Dataverse table. Power Automate automatically detects this new row. Then it sends approval request to manager via email or Teams. Manager either approves or rejects directly from email or Teams. And then flow send a notification email back to employee with the decision. The Dataverse row also updated with approval status, keeping your data clean. Sounds impressive, right? And now with Dataverse, your data is enterprise grade, structured, secure, and ready for Power App for reporting. Let's build it. Go to your Power App site, and left side you just click flow. And then click new flow at the top. From the drop down, select automate cloud flow. Remember, this is one that runs automatically. Give your flow a name. I will call it leave request approval flow. And now we need to search our trigger. In the search box, type Dataverse. You will see a list of Dataverse trigger and select it. Now once open our editor, we just need to configure our trigger. Change type to edit because we need whenever our record is created. Table name I will give and scope I will choose organization. So it's fire for all users. Your trigger is set. This flow will now fire every time a new record is added in your table. Now before we send any approval, we need to make sure this row actually needs processing or not. What if someone accidentally triggers the flow on a record that's already been approved or rejected? That's why I already set my status column default it's pending. So whenever employee submit the request, the default value status is pending automatically. And here we no need to check status is approved or rejected. It always starts with pending. Now click new step, search for approval. Select start and wait for an approval. This is a built-in approval action in Power Automate, incredibly powerful. For now we will go with approve reject first to respond. But don't worry, later in this series I will walk you through each approval option in details. So you will know exactly where and when to use each one. Configure it like this. Approval type approve or reject. First to respond. And title leave request form. Employee name use dynamic content from Dataverse row. In assign to field set manager email ID. And email body just pull employee name, leave type, start date, end date and reason from the Dataverse row using dynamic content. See how I am using dynamic content here. That means Power Automate is pulling the actual data from Dataverse row that was just created. So each approval email will have the real employee's details, not hard-coded, it's dynamic. After approval, we need to check did the manager approve or reject. Click new step, search for condition. This adds an if-then branch to your flow. Set the condition. Outcomes from the approval step is equal to approve. In the yes branch, click add an action, search for Outlook and select send an email version 2. Configure the email. Employee email from Dataverse dynamic content. Subject your leave request has been approved. And body dear employee name, your leave request has been approved by your manager. Enjoy your time off. Now add one more action in yes branch, search for Dataverse. Select update a row and configure the update action. Table name, row ID from triggered dynamic content and status set to approve. Now inside no branch, same pattern. Add send an email action and configure it. Employee email, subject and body employee name. Unfortunately, your leave request has not been approved at this time. Please connect with your manager for more details. Then add another action, update the Dataverse row. Same table, row ID trigger from dynamic content, but status set to rejected. Click save at the top right. Power Automate will save and validate your flow. Now let's test it. Go to your Power App application or you can manually update Dataverse table as well. I will fill the form and submit the request. Now go back to Power Automate, click your flow and watch the run history. You will see its trigger in real time. I will check my email and yes, there is the approval email in my inbox with all the details from Dataverse row. I will click approve and watch what happened. The employee email notification sent automatically. The Dataverse row update to approve. The flow completes done. You have just built your first Power Automate manager approval flow, powered by Dataverse. Give yourself a pat on the back, seriously. What if the manager never respond or forget? In the next video, we will build an escalation flow, how to automatically resend the approval notification, route it to a different person, or trigger a reminder if the manager has not approved within a set time. Don't miss. Alright guys, let's quickly recap what we covered in today's video. So first you understand what Power Automate actually is. Microsoft Cloud Automation Platform. Then we broke down the difference between workflows, flow, Power Automate. which is something a lot of beginners get confused about. After that, we explore all 5 types of flow: automate flow, instant flow, schedule flow, desktop flow, and business process flow. Then I explain the core concept: trigger, action, and event with real example so you can actually relate it to real project. And also one important interview question you should always remember: one trigger, but you can have unlimited action inside a single flow. And finally, we didn't just learn theory, we actually built a complete manager approval live from scratch. Now honestly, that's a lot of value packed into a single video. So if you understood even 70% of this, trust me, you are already ahead of most beginners. That's it for today's video. In our upcoming videos, we are going to explore the world of automated cloud, one by one building real practical flow that you can actually use at work. We are going to deep dive into automate cloud flow. We will start with the basic of automate flow, understand all the trigger options, and build 2 more practical flows together. We will cover SharePoint plus team notification flow, email attachment auto save to OneDrive flow, handling errors and failed flows, or flow monitoring and run history. And after that, we will go through each type of flow: instant flows, schedule flow, desktop flows, each with full hands-on practicals. But first, we will complete this approval workflow. This is going to be a complete Power Automate series for beginners, step by step, and I promise you, by end of it, you will be confident building flows on your own. So if you haven't subscribed yet, then subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next video in the series. It's going to be really good. If this video helped you, drop a like. It literally takes 1 second and it's mean world to me because it's helped this video reach more beginners who need exactly this content. And let me know in the comments, what flow do you want to build? What automation would save you the most time at work? I read every single comment and I take your suggestions seriously. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. And until then, keep learning, keep automating, and keep growing.